Right, hello and welcome back to another Duel review. This one was sent to me by Templi, play against Lucas the Heretic, who I believe is a Lucas who was very active on the GoodFormat.com Discord server a year ago or so, perhaps a year or two, where they dominated with primarily, I believe, case control on the GoodFormat.com ladder. Very strong player, and probably I will forever be living in his shadow. Templar didn't know who this was, though, at the time. Right now, I think this account, LucasTheHeretic, is close to top 5, if not top 5, on the Duel ladder, so definitely a strong play regardless if it is this Lucas or not. We decided to pitch the Kaiko, which makes sense. Obviously, don't want to pitch Thunder Dragon or Pot of Greed, and Faith is quite good with Pot of Greed. It would appear to be a Thunder Dragon mirror, and it would be appear we're playing against a Turbo variant. This is awful for us. Have to discard a Thunder Dragon and a Pot of Greed. And it feels like maybe we are in a really bad spot right off the bat. So we didn't have a flip monster to go with the Night Assailant, but we also didn't have any good set, so we decided to use the card destruction. Makes sense. If you put card destruction into your deck, you have to be willing to go for those lines, I believe. And we have the Graceful. Wow. So we're up against Graceful, Pot of Greed, card destruction, Delinquent 2. Which, yeah, as Lucas is saying in the chat, we didn't have any good discards. So while they have a lot of selection and they have a stacked graveyard and there are no Thunder Daggers in their deck, we're only up one card, which is a lot. But yeah, this is looking bad. So I guess we set the Koichi Pass. Could set one of the back row cards. Oh wow, never mind. It took away the Case Sorcerer. Right, because that threats the Sangan. Of course, sure. Because we discard the Kaiko and the Koichi along with the lights. Alright. So yeah, I think we set the Koichi and just pass. Actually, maybe we should set one more to play around future dust shoots. Because if we draw one for the Koichi, we're at 4 after a draw step. Yeah, you could make a case for setting the book, I guess. Okay, sure. That also is pretty good against Breaker, but that's not relevant because Lucas did discard the Breaker to the card destruction. Right. So just a reminder, this is not me. Okay, so they decided not to challenge our set Koichi. We're going to flip it, and now we have a discard fodder for a Phoenix Wing Windblast. So we could use that to return the set monster during Lucas's upkeep, or standby phase, I believe is the term. Also, we have the decision to be made here whether or not we want to run over the Sangan, and whether or not we want to sound our Sangan and just run over the set and pray it's not a Magician of Faith. Not obvious. I mean, you could make a case for. It makes a lot of sense from Lucas' point of view that you wait with the Magician of Faith, you flip the Dust Shoot, you check if there's a Nobleman, there's not, then you set it. Dust Shoot also protects the Sagan, as it did. I don't know, I would just pray it's not the Faith. Summon Sangan, have Sangan run over the opposing Sangan, and then Deco run over the set. Praying it's a Dekoichi. Maybe that's wrong. Man, it's so likely to be a Faith. But it's so awkward. Let's see what Templar does. So are they claiming that they don't want to run over the Sangan? Or why would you attack like this first? So in case of a tomato, I guess there's no downside, because it's never going to be a night assailant. And even if it was a night assailant, it likely wouldn't pop the Sangan. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, at this point, we're just completely destroyed. And there, I believe, partially why we chose to use that Regeki break was because we can't chain. If it's a book, that's going to be good chainable later on. And also, in case it is a dust shoot, that would be quite good for us. So now we have the Night Assailant loop. This game is now completely over. I think we cycled the book to protect our grave. We found our Thunder Dragon. Unfortunately, one is already in the graveyard. Alright, switch the Sangan and pass. So yeah, this sums up GOAT format right now. Sometimes there's not much you can do. Because we have had so few decisions from Templari's point of view this game. And quite frankly, they didn't matter at all. Turbo deck just snowballs so hard. Like Lucas has 8 cards in his deck, and we have 25. Not giving up though, I must say, I can appreciate that. Actually, I kind of want to see what Lucas' deck looks like before Templi scoops it up. Book, Doshoot, Kaiku are the cards that stand out that you don't see. Free copy offs, free copies of every time. Yeah, I think we had enough there. So let's see here. Okay, it's our turn. Go with the pot. Go with the Thunder Dragon. Set the spy. Set the ring pass. We didn't have any decisions there. I believe we flip the ring. Decides against it. Maybe we're flipping it. No? I don't quite understand that. I guess at this point we set the Sangan. I could set Knight Excellent, but I would argue that is slightly worse. That's fine. So what do we even grab with the Sangan? Maybe Faith, maybe Knight Excellent. If we have tomatoes in our deck, those could be options. Grabs the Faith. So we're quite far behind on the field here. I guess we don't have any better options than firing off the mind control and just praying it hits. We could use Ring, discard Thunder Dragon, summon BLS. It's quite a lot of resources. But that's never going to be a fave. I mean, it could be. It could be. This is a bit awkward. Because if we had had, say, the Sangan still in play, Could have chosen Thunder Dragon here. I just think this is a bit rough. Okay, let's see what template goes for. Goes for the mind control. Gets paid off. Yeah, I mean that's the best case scenario, and it's not even that great. Right. Okay, best case scenario is Faith. Alright, so we still don't have an out to the Kaiku. Do we just set the 97 pin? I don't want to set the Faith into mind control. That seems very dangerous. Yeah, I guess does set the Faith. Flips the does shoot. Let's see what we're working with. Decoichi, Snatch, Thunder Dragon, Assailant, Spy, Thunder Dragon. Took away the Spy, which I think makes sense. Okay, this is very good for us. It's a clean Mirror Force. We have Berserker Ring. We're going to flip our Faith. It's going to pick up a Pot of Greed. Wood. We chose to use Mind Controller rather than Pot of Greed. That's a bit interesting. Rather than drawing two, we draw one and deny them a draw, which is fair. But this way we leave the body in play. Maybe that's not an issue. This does allow us to go for Kaiko without wasting our BLS. Yep, I think this is fair. So we did this without going for the Kaiko line. Okay. I mean, we're in a good spot still. Yep. Take a lot of damage here. I think we should probably just ring the Dekoichi. This is kind of my problem with mind controlling Dekoichis. The body is still so relevant that, yeah, this is just a strength for Dekoichi. If you flip it up and your opponent has no clean way of answering it, it starts doing some real work. Okay, so we gain 1,000. We should still win this one. BLS is 5,000 damage against the Sangan, along with the tribe. That's 66, so this is lethal. Especially seeing as we do have the BLS. Come on, stop slow rolling. Just show the BLS. Right, there we go. Got a slow roll on for the maximum tilt factor. Alright, we're on the draw. Our opponent opens Thunder Dragon, plus Graceful, and has the Serpent. Okay, so this is looking bad. We live with the Thunder Dragon of our own. Let's see here. So why do we mind control first? Because it doesn't matter. Alright, so now we use the Thunder Dragon. Why would you cash in the draw before you use the Thunder Dragon? What if you top deck the Thunder Dragon? That seems just bad. Slight sequencing error, in my opinion. And now we're in this awkward spot once again, where we're facing down with the Koichi. I guess we just set turn, just let us shoot. We try to snipe the Serpent or something else. The Stamper phase, yeah. Yep. Okay, Lucas decided against adding the Serpent. Hmm. I still think we should flip the dust shoot just to prevent them from developing another set monster. You could claim that we have the nobleman, so there's no rush. Okay, so Thunder Dragon, Knight Assailant, Chaos Sorcerer, Black Luster Soldier, Nobleman are cross out. Sends back a Magician of Faith, which makes sense. Yeah. And I agree with using Dust Shoot before our opponent moves to main phase 2. And we just pass because we don't really have any play, quite frankly. Breaker is an excellent draw. That might have been one of our better draws in our deck. I think we summoned that. That's actually also pretty good because now the Dekoichi doesn't end up in the graveyard, which is a problem, but right now it's not that big of a problem. And we're quite close to just straight up killing them. And we have no defenses that we know of. We're also quite close to dying though, I must say. So Cheers of Thunder Dragon, Summon BLS. That's 44, 46. I mean, okay, so we're still kind of fine. I wonder if we should go for Chaos Sorcerer to banish their dark, and then we can assert some real pressure, as we don't have any clear new way of answering that Chaos Sorcerer as of right now. It's a bit interesting. I think I would summon the Chaos Sorcerer, but it could be that we should try and set up a game shot instead. I don't really see how that. I mean, okay, we actually do have a game shot next turn by summoning Chaos Sorcerer, tribute summoning Thunder Dragon, discarding Thunder Dragon for no effect, special summoning Black Luster Soldier, and that's 6700 damage. 69 even. Nice. So you could summon Chaos Sorcerer, you could just pass. Goes for the Chaos Sorcerer. I think perhaps passing would have been better. I'm not sure though. It's quite tricky. So we set two, one of which is a Nobleman crossout, and the other was the Dust Shoot. So we're losing our BLS here, which is unfortunate. That was a pretty good top deck from LUKAZ. I thought LUKAZ spelled his name with a K and a Z. That's why I'm not quite convinced that this is him. And I also thought we were Eastern European because of that spelling, but perhaps we just thought it looked cool. It's a slight disappointment, I must say. I think we who spell with the C should stick together. But oh well, they have come around to the right side. So we know the set monster is a Knight Assailant, so we go for the Nobleman, and we know that the set card is a Nobleman, so we're not scared of that, so we just attack with the Chaos Sorcerer and pass. It's a bit interesting to set your Nobleman when there's actually no reason, because we know their hand is Thunder Dragon, Chaos Sorcerer, Black Luster Soldier, right? We also still haven't returned the Serpent. So this is a bit awkward. We don't have any way of upping the pressure, and it could very well be that the set monster is the Serpent. They would have to top deck something else. And their top deck we actually do know is the card they set in the back row, so we know that is the Serpent. We could cash in the Mind Control here to push damage, but I don't think that's very accurate. Could leave the Serpent on the field, but I also don't think that is very accurate. We have no way of forcing the Serpent to flip. I mean, we could Mind Control the Serpent in order to banish it with the Sorcerer. Actually, I think that might be the line. Yeah, that looks nice. We could Dust Shot again. We're going to Mind Control Decides to push the damage rather than banishing the serpent. I think that seems slightly worse. Now they summon their own Thunder Dragon, but they know we have the Snatch, so we're in a bit of a precarious position here. Maybe they set the Thunder Dragon? I think we probably should have set the Thunder Dragon. And then next turn they can flip it on attack and set the Serpent to protect them from the Snatch. Maybe that's not the line. The set card is still the Nobleman Crossout, by the way, I believe. So here, this is a bit interesting, as we do have the Nobleman Crossout. Perhaps we should just pass. Could even set Snatch to play around the top deck does shoot. I guess that's very unlikely. Decides to set the Faith. Yeah, we don't flip this, because if we do, we are not quite dead, but we're in a much worse position, seeing as we know that it is the Serpent. So this is not actually a threat. Say we flip the Nobleman, we take 16, we're at 34, we take our turn, we snatch with some Thunder Dragon. I guess we just snatch and sit on the breaker, and that way we keep them from having a dark. Yeah, I don't think we let the breaker hit the bin. There we go. Yep. Spy is an excellent draw. No, we don't even have to snatch. We've had a couple of really good draws here. However, they can tribute summon Thunder Dragon and then go for a BLS. We're not quite dead there though. We are not quite dead, and then we have the snatch. So maybe that's okay. It's interesting because we know their entire hand. Yeah, I think we can go for that. Yeah, decides to play it cool. And Lucas doesn't try for the BLS line of play, which I think is probably correct. So now I think we're going to tribute summon Thunder Dragon, set to play around an opposing BLS top deck, and summon Chaos Sorcerer, defense, and banish a spy. Ah, we top deck another monster we can set. So we still know that the hand is Thunder Dragon, BLS, Chaos Sorcerer. Um, they actually do know that we have the Snatch Steal, and they also know that the Snatch Steal is lethal. So this is very cold from Lucas, because it looks tempting from Templai's point of view to go for this Snatch. I would probably respect Lucas enough not to do it. But then again, do we survive the BLS? Choose off Dragon Summon BLS, flip the set monster that, for all we know, could be a Faith. Maybe it can't be a Faith actually. Maybe the Faiths were knocked. Does look like that was the case. So what could it be? Spy? Koichi? And it could be Tomato, but we haven't seen Tomato yet from Lucas. I guess Tomato and Spy are the only options that we can't win through, because there's no assailant. Very interesting. Let's see if Templar decides to go for it. Personally, Seeing as we can see a line in which Lucas doesn't die to the snatch steal, and seeing that we know that Lucas knows that we have it, I wouldn't go for it here. But because I think this is probably poor from Lucas to allow this, and I don't think Lucas should allow us to go for this. Unless it's by I think I got it. Well, you don't have it through tomato, but yeah. Well, this is so weird. Yeah, exactly. Tomato sucks too, yeah. I don't understand why Lucas allowed this. Okay, good game. Cool turbo mirror. Definitely showed off how the turbo mirror plays out. I don't think Template played perfectly or anything, but we play well. We play the cards, typical turbo stuff. The mind controls are so wild. Alright, this was it for this video. Thank you for watching, and hit me up with your replays. And feel free to type in the comments and tell me what you thought of the game. See you next time.